We're here with Formula Drift pro driver Jonathan Nerren. We know him as Nerren. He has had our Smoke Show Mustang for the last few months and has been taking this car all over the East Coast doing demos with it. But today he's facing his biggest challenge as a pro driver. He's going to teach me how to drift. All right, so before we get into the fact that I have no idea how you're going to teach me to do this today, tell us about your history, man. How did you get into this whole drifting thing?
So initially, I was stationed in Japan, in the United States Navy, and that's where drifting originated from. I made some friends in Japan and kind of fell into the scene. Didn't do much as far as competition drifting in Japan, but once I got back to the States, I got into a couple local pro-ams here on the East Coast and ran in multiple series, Streetwise Drift, US Drift, and until I got my Pro 2 license in 2015. From there, we went kind of a different way to get our Pro 1 license. We went and ran, when I say we, my teammate Tyler Nelson went and ran Formula Drift Canada, which is the professional series of drifting in Canada. From there, we ran 2 years, did very well, petitioned to get our Pro 1 license in 2018, and that's where we're at right now.
Now, what is a Pro 1 license? I mean, how many events do you compete at in a year? How far do you travel?
Sure. So competing in Pro 1, you have 8 events. They span across the U.S. from California, Washington, Florida, Jersey, and pretty much a couple of events in between as well.
Now you're used to, obviously, I mean, I know Shelby's one of your sponsors. You guys have 2 like full-blown race cars.
Sure.
What's it like driving our street car? I mean, I've seen you've had this at events. We love seeing it out there with all these pro cars, but I mean, how's Smoke Show doing? How's this car holding up?
So, you call it a street car, but this thing is really a dual-purpose automobile if I've ever seen one. We drove it to the track, drove it all day, with going against guys like my teammate Tyler Nelson, his Pro Drift car, Bongan Jr., Chelsea Denofa, their Mustangs out at Ford Fest this year. And it's 3 days of just pure annihilating tires. Kept up with all the guys, and then after we were done, we took it to dinner.
And drove it home.
And then drove it home.
Well, the plan today, like I said, is he's going to try to teach me the basics of drifting. Then we're going to bring some employees out and let them take a ride in Smoke Show as well. So what are we going to do here?
So the first thing we're going to do is some control donuts, which I find that to be the most crucial part of drifting, or at least learning to begin with. First gear control donut gives you that first kind of feeling of being in control of a car that's out of control.
I've done these in the snow. Never anywhere
Great practice. So the snow is one of the places I learned to drift as well, because like in snow, it's a lot slower, and you can kind of fine-tune your counter steering.
It's easier to get it going.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. So here, doing a control donut, what I want to start out with is go right over here, and when you start the donut, you kind of be rolling a couple miles an hour.
Okay.
It's going to give it a little clutch kick, hard enough to get the rear tires upset, and give it enough throttle to kick the back end on around.
Okay.
As the back end's coming around, you want to counter steer.
Okay.
So imagine the amount of throttle you give is almost the amount of steering input you give.
Okay.
Pretty much where our guys over here,
okay,
going about 5 miles an hour, turn the wheel. You're going to want to turn into the way you start.
Okay, so I want to go that way. I want to
turn into your left.
Okay.
And as soon as the back end starts coming around, you maintain that throttle.
So 5 miles an hour, I want to clutch kick it.
Clutch kick, turn it into the way you want to start your donut.
How high do I want the RPMs to go up?
Every car is different. This car, I would say 4,500.
Okay. All right, so the first time I'm like, all right.
You got this, Bill.
So 5 miles an hour.
Yep. Counter steer. Yep. There you go, counter steer. All right, so we got our first donut. We got our first donut. All right, so that's a success. The step 1, we got the donut.
Okay.
As soon as you clutch kick, kind of, were you clutching the clutch anymore?
I had the clutch on.
Okay,
there.
we got to smell some smoke.
Yes, my bad. Sorry.
No worries.
The wrong smoke show.
We'll get the wrong smoke show.
The wrong smoke show.
Indeed. So if you felt the back end kick out, whenever that happens, that's when you want to turn the steering wheel opposite of your, straight up and down.
Okay.
This is neutral position.
Gotcha.
Small inputs really have a large effect whenever you're feeling the car.
Okay.
So you turn this much and then dump the clutch, it's gonna kick out pretty hard. So as soon as you...
So I don't have to go like that. I can kind of...
Yep. But stay in throttle and let the back end start coming around. When it does start coming around, that's when you want to start counter steering.
Okay.
Back past your neutral position.
Okay. So get out of the clutch though.
Yep. Definitely stay out of the clutch. So once you get the car rotating, you don't got to press clutch anymore.
Okay.
for this purpose.
All right, so
Round 2.
5 miles an hour.
There you go. Counter steer, counter steer, counter steer. There you go. Yep, there you go. Throttle, 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 throttle. More throttle. All right, go ahead. You were getting it. Now it's just modulating that throttle.
Learning, yeah.
To steering input.
It's like doing a burn out the drag strip. I'm learning that part of it where I kind of have to modulate the throttle a little bit.
It really is a feeling on how much throttle input you need to give for steering input.
All right, try this again.
Absolutely.
All right,
so you want to keep the car rotating. That's the #1 priority, and that's done by throttle. Yep. Now counter steer. Throttle, 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 throttle. More throttle. Steering. Yep, yep. More throttle, throttle, throttle. Brake. There you go.
Shit's hard.
So just kind of in your mind, think that your right foot is connected to your hands. So if it does something, your hands are probably gonna be doing something.
Okay. Just learning where to put everything.
Absolutely. So as you feel the car have less angle, add more. You can, steering input will do it as well, but if you don't have enough wheel speed to keep the drift going, then you're gonna come out of your donut.
Okay.
So you maintain that just by throttle. You know, more throttle is okay. You can always give
Worst case is to keep smoking the tire.
Right, you'll just whip around.
All right.
But you got to get past that edge. You know, get to that edge.
Get to that point where we're good to go.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Counter steer, throttle. Yep. There you go. There you go. There you go. Perfect. More throttle. More throttle. There you go. Perfect. There you go.
I'm getting the hang
My
of it.
man. All right. Look at you. Style king over here. Counter steer some more. Counter steer some more to the right, to the right, to your right. Throttle, yep. A little too much. So based on right there, what I was trying to get you to do we were really tight controlled donuts.
Okay.
So we were just basically pivoting on your front wheel right there. So now I want you to be able to drive out of that and do some wider donuts and control a wider circle.
That was my best one yet. That one felt good.
I
had it in control and I felt what I was doing.
Well, that was perfect because you were just rotating around that circle right there, and we were pivoting around that front wheel. So
the fact you do this shit with like a person in the middle is insane though. Like I don't even want any people in the parking lot, let alone in the middle of the controlled drift.
It definitely wasn't a first day type of deal.
No.
You know, a few years on down the road and many drift sessions. Whenever you felt the car, did you feel on that when you clutch kicked it, the back end whipped around really fast?
Yeah.
So you want to counter steer a little sooner.
Okay.
So once it starts whipping, that's when you start turning your wheel, back the opposite direction.
Okay.
And to bring the circles, to make a larger diameter, basically you'll give a little less throttle or a little less steering.
Go a little wider.
Counter steer. Got wider. Yep. Throttle. Yep. Throttle. Yep. There you go. Throttle. Counter steer. Yep. There you go. You're starting to get it. You feel like when it came out a little wider, you had a little less steering input?
Yeah. Holy shit, I'm drifting-ish.
Bill, you've been doing it 5 minutes. You already got the controlled donuts down.
I got donuts, I'm excited. All right, now what do you want to do?
It's your first introduction to a handbrake, which is not, something normal people use in a car going at speed.
Yeah.
It's not a normal movement, so I want you to get used to going through those movements. First you need to disengage power to the rear wheels by hitting the clutch.
Okay.
Pull your e-brake to lock the rear wheels. Once we're done locking the rear wheels up, we'll release the handbrake and then you'll get back off. Off clutch and on throttle.
Okay.
So that's your basics. But here I really want you to get a feel for that movement. So here we'll just go.
Clutch in.
And you only got to turn the wheel. Just go straight and pull it. Clutch, in, out, clutch.
Okay.
That was it.
Should we go a little faster this time?
Yeah, we'll go a little faster. You'll feel it more. So with you actually already did it. So I was gonna say that on the next step, turn the wheel. So after you pull the handbrake, turn the wheel a little bit. Yep.
Okay.
Whenever I initiate a drift or I'm starting out using your handbrake, press the clutch, then e-brake. So whenever I turn the e-brake, that's what time I'll have a steering input as well.
So do I want to steer and brake or brake and
then steer? Yes.
Okay.
So you want to engage the rear or disengage the rear tires.
Okay.
I think you hit the clutch afterwards. I think you had pulled the e-brake, then hit the clutch.
Did I?
That'd be my guess. Because if we slowed down and then the tire's locked up. Yep, there you go. See, that's it. Clutch, brake, turn, release. Perfect. And then you'll do that coming out of it.
Okay. So now I'll try to do the whole thing?
Exactly. So you'll come in, hit your clutch, pull your brake, turn. So that's going to initiate your drift. As opposed to a clutch kick where we're taking that out of the picture. Taking a clutch kick out, essentially, and replacing that with handbrake.
So now once the handbrake gets it spinning, I'm going to try to do a donut.
Yeah, so you'll come back off the clutch and then get back on throttle.
Okay.
All right, let off, go. There you go. All right, now turn back the other way. There you go. There you go. A little more, turn out a little more, a little more. There you go. Turn a little more. There you go. A little more throttle. There you go. We're perfect. Yes. That's it. Woo! I should have skipped to step 2.
That was fun.
The more steering input you give it, the more steering angle you give the car, the wire's gonna go essentially right here, pulling you out of that tight transition.
Okay.
So basically, like when you're stuck in that tight donuts, you're giving too much throttle and not enough steering input.
Okay. So I want to try to go a little wider.
Yeah, but once you start stepping out from the tighter donuts, you'll come out of the steering angle and modulate the steering angle according, with your throttle input. There you go. Perfect, perfect. Nice modulation. Perfect. Throttle, yep. You got it. You got it. That's it. Okay, all right.
This is fun.
Step 1 and step 2. Starting out before we kind of tie it all in together, let's try to do this control donuts and e-brake into a right turn. So essentially the opposite of what you're doing. You're gonna steer in.
So no clutch, I'm gonna still try to do this.
Yeah, use your e-brake because we're, so we conserve the clutch, I guess.
Okay.
Well, it's raining out, so it's really not gonna make a difference. This car will do it on throttle right now.
Yeah. The rain's making it a little bit easier for me to learn.
V8, starting out, same deal. Clutch, but as opposed to turning left here, obviously gonna turn right.
Yeah, this is gonna totally throw me off.
Yeah. It does me, so I don't know why.
I like going this way because I can feel better. Going that way is gonna.
That's something closer. I can see the ground right here. I'm just watching.
So now you're gonna make me go the other direction.
We're going right. E-brake in, turn left. Clutch. Yep. There you go. Good. Good deal. Throttle to the right.
That was harder.
Yes. Your depth perception's off, I feel like.
Yeah, like I'm not in the same spot that I want to be.
But you had the gist of it down perfect.
All right, let's try this again.
A little less throttle. Yeah, kind of play with it a little bit. Yep, there you go. More. Yep. So when you feel the car straight up you, that's when you want to get back in it. All right, next stage, which is crucial to continuing on, is transitioning, in which our fastest way to do transitions is figure eights.
Okay. Do we have room for that here?
Absolutely. Yeah, I can take you for a quick little spin if you like. If not, basically all you're gonna do is kick it around, however you prefer, either clutch kick or e-brake in.
Okay.
You're gonna kick it around about 270 degrees.
Okay. So start by going left, then when I feel like it, kick it.
Yep, and then turn it. So when you want to transition, you're gonna want to come off throttle, and then the car's gonna want to tend to straighten up on you.
Okay.
When you want to straighten up, you're gonna get back on throttle.
Okay.
Light. Okay. So it's, a smooth motion on and off. You don't want to do nothing, really quick.
Okay.
Or abrupt, because it'll upset the car. Gas. Throttle. Go around for again. Yep. Go around. Yep. All right, we'll go to counter steer. Yep, you got it. Yep. All right, now not quite as much steering input because that's what we're going to do tight donuts. All right, yep. Go out over here and then kick it back, kick out. Yep. Steer, counter steer.
Well, shit.
Yes, sir.
This is fun.
Got us a drifter.
All right, dude, that was awesome. Why don't you get behind the wheel, though? Show us how to fucking do it.
All right,
You can't say
let's do
fucking wait, we gotta do it again.
All right. You ready?
No. Okay. I thought I was doing pretty good at first.
Modulation, counter steer.
It's easier when you're doing it.
Slowing her down, speeding her up. Bring her on in.
That was awesome, man. Let's get some employees out here, let them do this.
Let's do this.